therapy course for anxiety. Now, in the last video, I showed you how to self-diagnose anxiety. In this video, I'm going to explain a little bit about why anxiety happens. Then I'm going to show you a quick technique to help you to take the edge off your symptoms whilst you're working through this course. Let's begin though with why anxiety happens. So anxiety is the result of two predictions that we make about the future. The first one is overestimating a disaster or something bad happening. The second one is underestimating your ability to cope with it. These two predictions combine together to switch on your fight-flight system or your sympathetic nervous system, which creates anxiety. So, quick diagram. There we go. So you can see here, overestimating disaster, underestimating your ability to cope leads to your central nervous system switching on, leading to symptoms of anxiety. Now, you need both of these trains of thought to switch your sympathetic nervous system on and create anxiety. If you only do one of them, so for example, you overestimate a disaster, so something bad is going to happen, but you think, I'm generally quite a resourceful person, you're not going to feel anxious. Equally, if you think, I'm not very resourceful, I'm not very capable, but generally the world is a safe place, again, you won't end up feeling anxious. So you need both of those trains of thought in order to experience anxiety. So, for example, the disaster might be, I'm going to stand up in front of a room of people and my mind is going to go completely blank. Underestimating your ability to cope would then be, that's going to make me panic and I'm going to have to run from the room. Okay, the other important aspect of anxiety, the other thing that keeps anxiety going once it's started, is how we respond to anxiety. Now, probably the most common way of responding to anxiety is to avoid the thing that makes us anxious. For our ancestors, it was the run to the back of the cave and hide response. Now, in the short term, this response makes us feel a little bit better because it takes away the thing that's making us feel anxious. But in the longer term, it actually keeps anxiety going because it means we never put ourselves in the position where we can build confidence that we can actually cope. So if we just add that to our diagram here, you'll see that in the short term, avoiding the source of the anxiety will reduce the anxiety, but over the longer term, we never put ourselves in a position where we can start to nibble away at this tendency to underestimate ourselves. So that would be, okay, I'm going to go and stand in front of these people. I'm going to allow my mind to go blank. I'm then going to take a deep breath. I'm going to allow myself to settle, and I will be able to find my words. This experience will then go in your arsenal of experiences to stop you underestimating yourself. Okay. In terms of our plan here in this therapy course, we're going to do two things. So we're going to start by changing these two predictions. We're also going to work on this avoidance. So I'm going to give you a set of techniques that will enable you to put yourselves in those situations to start building your confidence that you can manage. And these two things will switch your sympathetic nervous system off and switch the alternate part of your nervous system, the parasympathetic or the rest, digest and regenerate part of your nervous system on. Okay, so that's the plan. But for now, I'm going to show you a quick technique to help you switch your sympathetic nervous system off. Now, it's not a solution. We do need to deal with the origins of your anxiety, so we do need to deal with those two predictions, but it's a really good short-term way of managing your anxiety. Okay, now when your sympathetic nervous system is active, when you're feeling anxious, your breathing is very fast, it's very rapid. When your parasympathetic nervous system is on and you're feeling calm, your breathing is very deep and it's very slow. Now, interestingly, just by changing the way that you breathe, you can trick your brain into switching off your sympathetic nervous system and anxiety and switch on your parasympathetic nervous system and calmness. So give this a go. Sitting comfortably, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Inhale for the count of 2. 1, 2. And exhale, 1, 2. Now inhale for the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You need to practice this, but the more you practice it, the more effective it will be at switching off anxiety and switching on a feeling of calmness. Now, just before we finish, a quick mention about the monitoring. Now, hopefully, at the end of every day, when you've been brushing your teeth, you've been making a note of how anxious you are feeling. Try and keep this going, because over the next couple of weeks, you're going to start to notice some fluctuations in your anxiety if you haven't done already. And what I want you to do is to start to try and work out what makes the difference for you. Okay. In the next video, we're going to start properly working on your anxiety. We're going to start on these 2 predictions so that your symptoms will begin to reduce. Okay, I hope this was helpful. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.